What's up, everybody, and welcome to Team Pizza Plays Nevermind. Or, rather, I play Nevermind. Drawman isn't here with me for this one, and there's a couple different reasons for that. The main one being that he would not be able to get the same sort of experience out of this as I could. And there's a couple different factors that play into that. I'm wearing one of them right now, and no, I'm not pointing to my headphones. But before we get more into that, I should probably move forward and actually play the game, so you're not just staring at the Neurostalgia Institute all day long. Also, it seems like I know where I'm going in this first little area here. That's because I have a couple failed recordings of this. Just the opening area, though. I don't have any knowledge of the actual nitty-gritty of this game yet. It's just a couple tests to make sure audio levels were working and everything. Hello, Doctor. Our facial recognition sensors detect that you must be Neurostalgia's newest neuroprober. Welcome to the team. We can take care of the final registration details here. Good. We appreciate you arriving extra early today. Pay attention to that. We find it helps to onboard new neuroprobers before colleagues and clients arrive. Now, the reason they say that is because this game was actually on Kickstarter for a little while. It had two campaigns. The initial one failed, but then they went and polished up the game even further and then tried again to get the rest of the funding they needed to make it happen. And thanks to generous folk like myself, it ended up surpassing its goal, and they were able to make it even bigger and badder than before. So, what this game is basically about, if you read that screen right there, Nevermind is about, you are a psychiatrist of sorts. I almost said psychologist. That is not a word that exists. And your job is to delve into this very futuristic, almost Matrix-like area inside people's minds. You're helping them with their trauma by working through their fear in a more physical, interactive way, and picking up the pieces, basically, and lining them up in such a way that their brain starts working again correctly. And, of course, they're making me sign a little waiver right here, like, you accept full responsibility for anything you may experience. Yes, I take full responsibility. I know horrible things are going to happen to me. Please provide the following information, your first name and last name. So yes, first name is Sean, last name is Smitty Worgenmaker Jensen. Sean Smitty Worgenmack. You know what? Let's go with that. You know, I would tell you guys my real last name, but that's the thing. I might have told this story before, but my last name is kind of a unique case in that it's so rare that anyone in the United States who shares it is actually related to me. It's kind of awesome. They also point out, we see you came wearing your assigned iStalgia device. Now, they're talking about this thing right here. What this game is, Nevermind is a biofeedback horror game. So you will be seeing terrible things regardless of how scared you actually are, but this thing measures how terrified I am, my heartbeat. And there'll be a little, later on, there will be a little indicator in the top left corner of the screen indicating a green heart, a yellow heart, or a red heart. Green heart means I'm calm, yellow means I'm nervous, and red means, oh god, my sweat is having chills. So the scares will actually get worse depending on how scared you are. Your job is to help these people by keeping your cool and working through their fears without freaking out yourself. So, and that's the basic premise of the game. Now, like I said, I have no idea what any of those scares are actually going to look like, but hopefully this recording will work correctly and we won't have any more problems moving forward. And now you basically understand why I couldn't bring Drawman with me. Number one, sound is a very big part of what makes horror games work. Very much so. Sound design is a lot of what makes scares scary. And as we've established, because of our current setup, he cannot hear the games that I'm playing, which sucks. Again, that'll be fixed when I move out to Ohio with the rest of the guys. The other reason is it won't read his heartbeat, so the scares will only be affecting me on a personal level. So I think it's the kind of thing where I should just get my personal reactions to everything, and then we'll just go from there. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, So this is the training simulation. This was not available in the first build of the game. You might have seen guys like Markiplier play. So we're just going to be going through this and seeing what they give us. Also, I want to look through here again. I want to... This patient is... the processing is incomplete, so it's not part of this particular build, and this is what I was talking about before. I actually backed this game at a level where I'm getting it before anyone else. Okay? I am playing this on about, I think... Yeah, it's 9 p.m. on March 3rd right now, so... All we've got is the training simulation right here. It looks like clients 251, 418, and 312 are not available yet. So we activate that imprint, open up the door that we already opened. Also, I'm also currently under NDA because of the fact that this game is not available to anyone else right now. So these videos won't be going up right at that time, but they will be going up eventually. So as soon as that lifts, as soon as they give me the thumbs up, we will do it. I give the thumbs up for all these fantastic particle effects, though, and now they're all blur. A little less fantastic now that I'm just spinning the mouse in circles.
Things have become almost unbearable for me, and for my family. Nothing has helped. I guess that's why I'm here. So, if I just talk about my troubles, you'll be able to use it later to help with the procedure? Seems hard to believe, but you're the experts. I think many of my issues started when I was young. So why don't we start with my childhood days, yes?
Best to begin at the beginning.
I was raised in a lovely cottage in rural Germany. We didn't have much, but my twin sister, our father, and I got by. There was actually a great famine for much of my early childhood, and often we went without food. I had many happy moments with my family.
But...
The darkest times began when my father remarried. My stepmother always resented my sister and me. We didn't like her much either, to be honest. God, she was horrible. Sometimes she would take my sister and me out for long walks in the forest, and then she'd hurry home. My sister and I couldn't keep up, and we'd often get lost. We learned to make of whatever we could find on those walks to help us get home. I guess in some ways our stepmother helped us become resourceful like that.
Wow, really?
A real fighter, the kind of woman any girl or boy could look up to. She volunteers to work with various youth organizations now. Enough about her. Okay, what else? Maybe I should talk about my feelings, yes? You may find it hard to believe, but I've always struggled with various eating disorders and anxiety around food.
That's a really cool image, by the way.
Scared and anxious. It's hard to describe. My sister has actually experienced similar issues, and it's worsened for us both as we've gotten older. That's not normal, now is it? We've seen countless doctors about this in the past. They've determined that our issues may be trauma-related, but have yet to help us sort out the underlying source.
I think I know someone who can help with that.
Fix us. That's why we're here.
So, we've got an abusive stepmother, getting lost in the woods, leading to eating disorders. See, this is what's fascinating. I've always been fascinated with psychology, because there are so many different ways you can take it at. The mystery of, like, how does this all connect? It creates a trail that I'm literally following right now. Welcome
to Neuroprober Training. I am pleased to be your guide. When I'm speaking, you can always make a right-click motion to skip this instruction.
Right-click motion? Really? Like, they're acknowledging that it's a right-click, but maybe in the game I'm making some kind of motion? Like, pushing forward on the thing with my right hand, perhaps?
Whether you are speaking with a client directly or neuroprobing within their mind, it is always imperative to listen.
I was.
Every detail of the subconscious is trying to tell its story. In the case of our clients, it's often the forgotten story of the trauma they experienced.
Okay.
Some parts of the patient's memory may have become confused or corrupted by the conscious mind's attempts to reconcile or cover up the truth of what happened to them. However, if you look closely and carefully in the right places, you'll find that the truth will ultimately shine through.
Yeah. And the mind's kind of a bastard like that. Sometimes you experience trauma so badly... Well, no going back now. You experience trauma that's so bad, you just try to forget it. And hey, it's food!
Some parts of the subconscious allow you to interact with them. While neuroprobing, make a left-click motion to engage with it. Holding on
Making
to
the motion
will allow you to move the item around to examine it further. When you are done, you can make a left-click motion again, and it will return to its natural position.
Well, alrighty then. Got some bread here. Interesting. Looks like it was split in half. There's no bites anywhere or anything. Breadcrumb trails? Maybe that's what this is leading to? Okay. What's this? We got a ship, and we got a cupcake. Again, there doesn't seem to be anything out of the ordinary here, but again, this might just be trying to make something peaceful out of something that's sort of corrupted in a different way. Ship doesn't say anything. They said examine everything. So we've got... Immediately we're going to the food thing. They're establishing the baseline right off the bat. They also haven't shown me the icon in the corner that shows how scared I am, so I have a feeling that's not... That doesn't have an effect yet.
You will encounter objects that look like photographs.
Like this.
This is how your consciousness interprets the concrete memory moments it finds within the client's psyche. Typically, there are about 10 of these memory photos found in each psyche. The mind can only hold on to so much.
Right, I remember this from the original demo.
Present an actual moment relating to the trauma.
Yeah. And you're trying to put them in an order that actually makes sense and tells the real story.
It will ultimately be up to you to determine which are which. More on that later.
I wonder if there are actually alternate endings if you put the wrong ones in order and you tell the wrong story. My twin sister and I were always close. My stepmother never seemed to like us. Okay, we know that's true. He actually told us that in the story. So that's the first step. I'm fairly certain that's the first step. Unless we go through the everything was peaceful part as well, like before his actual mother died.
When you acknowledge a memory photo, it will surface more prominently in the client's psyche and, at that point, can be found in a safe area of the mind, often where you begin within the client's mind.
Right.
When you have found all 10 photos, you must put 5 of the memories that actually represent the trauma in the proper order. Doing so will, at last, fully release the memory to the client's conscious mind. Often, he or she will experience a breakthrough at this moment.
And that's our job. That's the work we do.
That breakthrough is what every neuroprober lives for, and is the key to the client finally...
Yes, I understand. I get it.
The most important thing you do as a neuroprober is find and acknowledge these photos. However, this is easier said than done.
While some photos are freely available, others will be harder to find. I did steal her can... Oh. Oh, jeez. What about the lost in the... Is that true? That seems like a pretty dark memory. Alright, none of those other doors are open right now. It's just a force of habit, looking around the world and making sure that everything is working properly. I guess that door isn't open either, because it's not giving me the little fully white circle that'll allow me to move forward. I'm not gonna lie, everything is working out pretty well so far, but I don't have the heart for horror games. I'm gonna tell you that right now. If you guys want me to do more of them in the future, if you like this particular game, I will, but the thing... Oh, the peaceful music went away. Okay, remember your yoga training, deep breathing, because I have a feeling things are about to get bad. Oh, come on. Yep, here's the dark woods we heard about. Things... It seems... Oh, there's the trail they left. My sister saved me from becoming dinner. Is this like a Hansel and Gretel thing? Are they pulling a parallel to... Oh my goodness, that's exactly what's going on right now, isn't it? So we gotta separate the fairy tale from the actual story. Okay. Still yourself.
Have you noticed the world can sometimes become fuzzy and degraded, like static on a television?
This is where they're talking about it too.
Reacting to your own feelings of fear, stress, and anxiety. The subconscious doesn't take kindly to intruders, and will take every opportunity to feed off of any sensations of anxiety or tension you offer to it. If you can, try to stay calm and peaceful, even in the face of the terror. If you can calm yourself, you'll find the subconscious will calm itself too.
Basically, the mind is trying to reject me because I don't belong here, and because of everything I'll see, that's where the biofeedback comes in. So, I think the monitor might actually be turned off right now. It's not going to be showing me that at the moment. And the thing is, I'm excited to do the video. I've always got to be on. I've always got to be talking. But I have a feeling that that increased heart rate that comes from that activity might actually trigger this game prematurely.
Here's an example of an especially buried memory.
A puzzle I got to figure out to get the...
Given trauma can be especially tenacious. But by gently and cleverly listening to the clues the mind gives you, you will find all you need to work through it. Just think of it as a puzzle for you to solve. When you focus on these puzzles, make a right-click motion if you need to break your concentration.
Oh, wait a minute. Perhaps I have to align them in such a way that I can reach the picture in the back, right? No, that puts a branch in the way. So I gotta bring that guy down a little bit. But what about the branch in the back? No, that's too heavy? Or wait a minute, maybe it's the wrong stone. I've got to put a different stone in a different bird's mouth? I got to bring them down different distances, maybe. You go here? Maybe? Or I gotta line them all up. There we go! Haha! Can't fool me. Sometimes I'd cook the birds we caught in the forest. Huh. Oh, symbolism! I get it. Alright. Yeah, speaking of horror games and me, tension, my mind can't take these kinds of games. I have especially negative reactions to them. Like, at first, I might be fine, but, like, the day after, I remember one time I tried to marathon in one night, both Eve and The Witch's House, and yeah, that was an interesting 24 hours the day after. I got legit depressed. Like, it affected me on a personal level. Like, I did not get over that for a while. Yeah, this is where it starts getting creepy. Look at all that black fog. Is that stuff dangerous? Like, if I walk into that, or are those particles that won't appear unless I... Ooh. Hi, you kind of fell apart. Well, there's a picture there. They're just kind of dropping all around me, aren't they? You know, the talking helps a little bit. It helps me be a little less nervous. Honestly, like, talking to you guys through this is helping a lot. If I had nothing to put the fear into, I would take it this would be a lot worse. I wonder what happens if I walk off the path. Will anything happen to me? This game's smart enough not to do screamers, but... Will I get lost? Will I have to find my way back through? I see part of the path back there. Heads are falling all around me. What is this? That looks like fire. Terrible fire burned our home. What? Whoa, this took a dark turn. An even darker turn than before. Like our mother beating us for taking our candy and then the house burned down?
Your consciousness is lost deep inside the subconscious mind of the client.
I figured that much.
While this is a journey that you must make alone, we at the Neurostalgia Institute take the safety of our neuroprobers very seriously.
Oh good, that's very good.
If you need to access any of your neuroprober tools, or pull your consciousness free, press your finger where an escape key might be. This will bring up your neuroprober tools, and you can proceed as needed from there.
Okay, what neuroprober tools? Hang on, let me take a look at that. Save progress, handbook. Oh, okay. Alright, I see. That was actually kind of moment-breaking. That broke up the tension just enough for me to not be scared by this anymore. All you need is just a moment to reflect and be like, oh yeah, this isn't so bad. Like, most of what... this is what I found so cool about the original demo. Most of this game is atmosphere. It scares you by just what's in the world itself. And maybe that's why I'm doing better with this one than I did with other games, because the scare isn't as direct. Oh no, don't even start. I know where this is going. Wait a minute.
Interacting with one part of the mind can sometimes open up new areas of the psyche.
Oh,
Some
okay.
things, like these doors, can change their state in response to actions taken elsewhere.
I see. So I went through that part, and now they're gonna show me a new part of the horrors. Gotcha. For a second I was like, oh no, don't you screw with me. Don't you make me go through all that again thinking everything's okay. Like, all of a sudden, all of the hints just break down. It's like, you're on your own now, pal. That would have been terrible. And awesome at the same time.